Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Heard 37. So we've been down here in South America, in Argentina and Brazil, flying the 777s, and there's a short flight I found right here. It's like 330 miles, the start and everything. It's just a little bit longer. It's a pretty short flight. The thing is, it pays 1.1 million. I mean, that's huge money for just a 300 and some mile flight, although it is fragile and we have not been exactly landing very well, like at all. But I thought maybe we should go ahead and do this because it pays so much. So I've already accepted it. I got it loaded up. Also offloaded a bunch of fuel. It's the 99%, so it's the TNT livery. Now I had a guy fly it over here. You can see I've got extra fuel in it. Yeah, I don't like flying fragile in this plane. I suck at landing. I just can't get it. I had somebody land it, so we got to pick this. There's a couple large over here. That might be the only one we can do, 6 or 7. It was 7. And we'll go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody. Here are the plane. Guess we just barely fit. Parking brake on. Let's go ahead turn these fuel pumps off. Beacon and nav, put those on. Go down here and we'll set up the FMC. Oops, wrong button. Alright. The route is SBSM and SUMU. Then activate and execute. Alright, 0 fuel weight, put that in. Reserves, we'll say 5. West. Departures and arrivals, we're going to take off on runway 11. And we'll be arriving, we're going straight in onto the wind, finally. We get a bunch of crosswind landing, especially with these airports that don't have a lot of runways. 24 in Tela 1G is our star. Tela 1G. Alright. 38,000 feet. It's just like a 300 mile flight. Alright. Won't do a D-rated takeoff. I just find that kind of crazy. To do 15 on the flaps, we're so light. Seems like a bit much. Trim 2.5. We got some thunderstorms. I keep seeing that flashing. I thought I just heard some thunder. See that flashing going on. Definitely heard thunder that time. Let's go. V2 is 152. It is raining. Alright. I guess the weather hadn't kicked in yet, or Opus hadn't updated yet. 38. Just seems a bit drastic to be going 38,000 feet on a 300 mile flight. But, whatever. Alright. Let's go over to the approach. 137. Alright. So gotta change this. I don't know why it never wants to go to the right speed. I don't remember having this problem before. This is like a more recent kind of problem. Alright, 137, 5 miles goes 137. Now, we can't go from 240 to 137 in 2 miles. You can't slow down all that much. 140, say. And 5 miles before that, 140. Alright, I'll leave that. 23 miles down from 240. Alright. Radios for the minimums. Traffic. Parking brake comes off. See anyone around, so we'll go ahead and do our pushback. Turn on our flight directors. LNAV and VNAV. Our brakes go to RTO. So it should be good. So I got a message today asking about, because I keep complaining about these head movements, and it said check momentum is false, but I don't have a camera definition for pilot. I have basically all the others, like the tail camera that I made, stuff like that, but I don't have one for captain or whatever I set it as, so I couldn't really change anything. Alright. Hopefully I was looking for some flights like between like Buenos Aires and Rio de Janeiro. I guess Rio de Janeiro isn't our new base, but Buenos Aires. I don't see any though. Maybe in the next episode we'll make a new base at Lima, see if that generates anything, because we need to buy a new plane as well, and that always makes different stuff. You can see my camera's still moving. So I could, like I said, I couldn't find momentum effect because I couldn't find captain. I found momentum effect in all the others, and they were all false. And in EZDok, I have all the head movement stuff turned off. I realize we're going into the grass. Going the wrong way anyway. Hopefully going left. Taxi light. But I really would like to be able to stop this crap with the head movements. You know, you got enough going on, especially when you're coming into land. There's a turn. If there's a turn before, you know, I gotta get the freaking thing lined up. It's just really annoying. Like I said, I couldn't find any way to change it. Sure how long this runway is, although we're pretty light. We're a little over on our cargo weight, but we don't have much fuel. Oh, that's fantastic. Did we hit a tree? Unreal. It'll reset. Be back in a second. Alright, everybody. Cutting in here. Please tell me we missed that tree. I'm gonna go into the grass a little bit. Stupid tree. Airport's just not big enough for this plane, I guess. Alright, we're by the trees. Get back over. Alright, pretty much got everything set back to how it was. I think one thing changed, like 1 knot slower on the V2 speed. I have no idea why that is, but whatever. I got the flaps set to 15. So we're pretty much all ready to go as soon as we get up here. As soon as I get my views reset, I hit, like I say, I hate it.
Approaching 1-1.
Alright. See no one. Let's go ahead and... We're not in a very populated area. I don't think. So I would imagine there's probably not that many flights coming out of here. Not that I know exactly where it is or anything about this area, but it doesn't seem like a major area. It's just one of those airports in FSX where it's out of the way place with just an airport with one long runway. I shouldn't have followed that taxi line. Taxi line took me way out.
On runway 11.
Alright, I can't get lined up. Shouldn't have, like I said, I shouldn't have followed that daggone taxi line. Alright. Jeez. Got trim set 2.5, like I said. Our brakes are RTO, flaps are set. Everything should be good. Alright. Light directors on, LNAV, VNAV, all that good stuff. Alright, let's get going. Toga. Lined up a little better.
V1. V2.
V1 and rotate at the same time. Alright, gears coming up. Flaps already to 5. One. All right. Wow, there's nothing out there. Well, I shouldn't say there's nothing out there. Daggone, can't see anything. Guess like gotta fly using just the instruments. Again with the alright, again with that too. I don't know, is it like 40 under 5,000 feet in South America or something that you hit the transition altitude? Go ahead and hit autopilot. It's just weird how that our speed goes way down like that and they slow the engines down. Pretty clouds. Clouds look pretty. Daggone, they're big. I think I've got it set to like medium cloud coverage or something in FSX. Sure doesn't look like medium cloud coverage to me. Get those flaps up. Should have already done that. I guess still under 250 knots, well, 10,000 feet. I wanted to check one other thing. Close to 10,000, but I'll check this. Alright, so we do actually get up to 38,000 feet. It just seemed like extremely high for such a short flight. Landing lights can come off. I'll turn the taxi light off too. It's not what I wanted. I can't get to it. There we go. Go ahead and turn this range up a little bit now. So we didn't use a SID. It's actually the route that it originally wanted me to take was going clear over to the straight east, over to the coast and down, but I switched that up. I didn't go quite over as far, hit a different airway. Didn't seem to make sense to go so far out. If I went that way, it was going to be like 500 or so miles, so it almost got close to doubling it just to go over to a different waypoint, which was kind of weird. So I did that. I took that stuff out, made my own waypoints along the airway. Should be a pretty short flight. Sit progress here. 1609, so yeah, less than an hour. Nice short flight. Pays a lot. Just gotta not screw up the landing. It seems so easy. I That's one thing that angers me. It's like, it should be so easy, especially by this point. For me, it should just be a no-brainer each time I land. So easy, but it never seems to happen that way for me. Alright, but we're at 15,000 feet. Like I said, it's a really short flight. So I'll go ahead and speed up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back. I'm still running at 2x, but thought I'd jump in now. Hasn't been desolate around here. I was kind of surprised about that. A lot of times it seems like when we're in Central and South America, it's nothing but trees. Mexico and stuff, but there's actually been, you know, houses and all kinds of buildings along the way. Coming up on 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and find our approach speed. Oh, it is still going to be 137? That's kind of shocking. It's usually a lot lower. At least a few knots lower. Knock this range down a little bit. I've already set the heading to the runway heading. Coming up on 10,000. Lightning lights come on. Auto brakes are at 2. Let's go ahead and arm the spoilers. Speed brake. You can see the we're gonna land right into the wind. Finally. Seems like FlightSim Commander gets it wrong. Or maybe just the wind just shifts so much. I don't know. The download's from this information from the NOAA, so I don't know how it could be wrong. I guess it is. Rio, the minimums. I don't know when to hit standard. I guess I'll wait till 4,000 feet or so. 45, I'm not sure. There's another little town. Alright, tell you what, let's go ahead and knock this down to normal speed. We're getting really close. So drag required there for a second. Not go ahead and hit this taxi light. Keeps asking for drag a little bit, so I'll go ahead and hit this. Which I guess I can just hit there. We'll be doing 160 here in a second. Hope it get to where it needs to be. I'm really shocked that it's still 137. I'll go ahead and hit flaps to 1. That might help it. Like I say, it's got to drop pretty dramatically. About 73 knots here, 75 knots. 17 miles. Got my doubts whether or not we make that. And the engines spool up, and here in a second we'll be asking for drag again, and it's just gonna shoot up now. And you're gonna freaking destroy the flaps. Yeah, drag required. Well, why are the engines spooled up? Just explain that one to me. They're still spooled up. Just absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, you want to know why? Because you're doing wrong shit right now. Why are the engines spooled up? I seriously cannot understand it. Let's see if it'll come off now. Unbelievable. I don't get it. If y'all can help me understand why this plane does this kind of nonsense, so I've got to intervene. Thanks, plane. Appreciate that. And at the worst possible time, because we got to get ready here. Bring this down. We need to be at 160 in 9 miles. Got my doubts whether or not that's going to happen. It doesn't even have that set correctly. It needs to be done at 160 by now. Flaps coming out. Help a little bit as well. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this off the standard. Back the thrust just a little bit. Flaps are to 5. Speed brake is armed. Flaps are at 10. Drag required. You don't even think I should be at 160 for the love of God. There, you just now went down to 160. Tell me drag required. You can't even properly control your engines anymore, plane. So 142 will be our landing speed. Do have ILS for this landing as well. I'm surprised that it's struggling to come down even like this. Three miles to 160 will be alright. It's really aggravating how this plane is acting up. Back on the thrust. At least if this thing's gonna get screwed up, let me be the one that does it. Oh, too much on the thrust here. Plane, I can't get to the final 15 knots down. I'm afraid we're gonna get too slow. We're gonna end up falling out of the sky. Put the flaps to 20. Thrust back up. Not too much though. It won't be too quick. Like I said, 142 is what we need to be set at here in a second. Although we won't be using auto throttles, I guess. Speed up just a little bit. We're falling a little slow. Turn right here in a second. I know it's going to throw off my cameras. Off the thrust. Speeding up a little bit. Man, I don't know how we're getting that fast. Localizer. Might need to drop the gear already. Help with the drag. Don't know. I believe that might be the runway.
2,500.
Not that that speed matters, but since we're not using auto throttles. Flaps to 25. Right, speed's coming down. We'll go ahead and put flaps to 30. Plenty of time to try and set everything correctly. Or speed. Go up the thrust a little bit. That's the speed we want right there. Let's see if we can keep it there. Perfectly on the glide slope. Speed's getting slightly slow. It's a horrible place because it's right at 50% of my joystick and there's a little indentation right there. I need to go above it. It's kind of an odd place. Surprised it's requiring that much thrust to keep it at 142. My goodness. I'm only descending at 650 feet now. Now it's getting a little too quick. Over the outer marker. Feet. Plane is mine. Sorry if I don't talk very much.
Approaching 2-4.
Come on, girl. Everything's pretty good. Let's not butcher this now. I'm sure I'll find a way how to. It says we're off to the left, but I really don't see that. That's where we always hit like a little hump there. So we got slightly high, not too bad.
200.
So that happened a lot. Now we're electrically low. See, we hit like 100. A hump. I gotta like force the nose down to get over that.
Light slope. Light slope.
Light slope is fine.
Light slope. 20. 10.
Don't know, it was kind of weird there at the end. I almost felt like we had to slide over. I'm not sure if we were on one set of landing gear or what. See, that's why I like having control of the throttles as well, and not auto throttles. I feel like more in control that way. Especially like when we hit that like a hump, like I was saying, I was able to get off the slow her down a little bit because I had to shove the nose down as well. Is there a taxiway? I thought I saw one. Yes. I'm gonna have to like dash across this runway. But yeah, I thought that was much better. I screw the freaking auto throttles, man.
Approaching 10.
I'll use them sometime, but like that seemed a lot better without the auto throttles. Because I'm able to control it. I really like being in control when I'm landing a plane. But I've been watching some cockpit landings of actual planes, and I'm trying to tell when they're using auto throttles or not, because in some cases they are. That's not what I wanted. And in some cases they're not. Landing lights are off, strobe is off. Stop recording. Alright. That off. Track the flaps. Turn the flight filters off as well. Some nice American Airlines plane up there. Looks like a big plane. I'm not sure if it's a 777. I'm not going to follow a taxi line when I see the one I want to go to right in front of me. Sorry. I don't think you should have to go around and crazy stuff when the taxiway is right in front of you. I hope we do not collide with that American Airlines wing. Are you supposed to go down here and go just edge left at the end? I don't understand that. So I'm just gonna pull straight in. Yeah, that's no 777. Is that a 737? I don't know how you guys are able to tell so easy. Like, you guys can look at a plane and be like, yep, that's such and such a plane. Me? I don't know. It doesn't look like a 777. I don't know if American Airlines even has Airbus planes. It could be a 737. I have no clue. Like I say, I don't know how you guys do it. A lot of you guys can just see a plane, you're like, I know what that is. I can understand doing it with a car, but not a plane. Alright. 100%. Yay! We made a lot of money on this flight. Maybe we flew up maybe around 400 miles or something, made 1.1 million. Helps repay for some of the damage I've been doing to these planes. Like I say, I like not using the auto throttles. I don't know. If y'all could tell me, is that like mandatory? Like if you were flying for an airline, do you have to use auto throttles, or can you take them off if you don't like? I don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable. I'm gonna go over here real quick, and I need to get this J. Pugh needs to, or Lewis can come get it. Somebody needs to move me. I don't really want to move myself, although it would give me practice landing. We've got some flights over here. We're definitely not going to Moscow. It only has 17 hours. It's 7,200 miles. 17 hours. It pays really nice, but I guess if you're going that far, it's not that nice. Doesn't have a lot of good paying jobs with a lot of time on them. Like something like that. This is 352. But I can't do that. I can't fly again until tomorrow. I'm not going to have time. So that pays 8. Yeah, that's done in an hour. There's $500,000. What country is that? It's not Venezuela. Is it Bolivia? Bolivia come down as Chile. What the hell? Alright, there's Bolivia. Could have used a little better contrasting color there. 253, but yeah. So hopefully tomorrow will regenerate some jobs. It already regenerated today, but as you can see, we need some better paying jobs here, man. I'm not going to Honolulu. That doesn't pay enough. Georgetown. Is that... No, Jonestown is one. I was talking about that the other day, about the guy that got people to commit suicide. There's Cartagena. That pays pretty good. It would have to be done in a day. I don't know that I can do that. I need a little bit of time. I wish it was like 27, 30 hours or something like that. Well, I'll figure something out. But, and we'll check this landing out. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, though. And I will catch you guys on the next flight.